Friday the 5th of March, and I had every intention of being with you for 11 a.m, which is our usual time and place and date. However, at about 10:45, I had everything all set to go, and a phone call from a very panicked husband who is at home today with had a day off. So we only live one street back from the ocean, and sirens were going off in our suburb, and we had to evacuate. So because I'm the one that has the vehicle that takes all things feathered, furred and clawed and pawed, I was the one that had to whip home and bundle up husband, canines, pussycats, and pop up to the hill. Fortunately, popped in and saw some friends for a cup of tea for a good hour until we got the green light for him to go back home. So here we are. What a 24 hours it's been since I was with you last. The world has moved under our feet, and so much is going on. And obviously we've got COVID announcements at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And of course, our Skeinz Epic Sale. Hey, Margot from California. Believe me, you don't want to be here right now, Margot. It is rocking and rolling. We've got earthquakes. We've got everything happening here right now. Yes, saw earthquake. Yes, we are all good, Margot. So for those who are joining us from places far flung, yes, there have been a series of earthquakes off the New Zealand coast since 2:30 this morning, and I can let you know, Margot, it was quite a decent shake to wake you up at 2:30. And then, yes, we've had a number since, and they've been ranging all within 2 beyond 7 and 1 at 8.2. So they're pretty decent sized shakes. And of course, the threat here with us is tsunami, because we're a coastal area. But at this stage, we've got the green light. However, if any of my friends here from Auckland, Eastern Bay of Plenty, East Coast, Northern East, my whānau up Northern East Coast in Northland, I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I've seen some pretty... Yeah, Claire's saying it's been an exciting morning all around the Bay of Islands. Yeah, used to sharing the excitement. It has been quite a day, quite a day. So, but the good news is, hopefully I'm here now. Hopefully everything is good at your place, and as long as you've got an internet connection tomorrow, you're not going to be missing out. So that is the good thing. I have got, honestly, a whole list of things to share with you, and much of this you've already received this information. So if you've got our newsletter, that was in there. There's a couple of other things I've thought of, but I just thought I'd come to you with a quick chat on how to best prepare for Epic Sale. If you've not done one of those before, it can be quite full on, but it is going to be loads of fun. We really enjoy it. We've actually made it slightly longer this year, which I think will be lots of fun as well. And it's, yeah, honestly, preparations in the shop next door are all on. In fact, the shop doesn't look empty, but we've cleared everything peripherally out of the shop. So if it doesn't contain yarn or have yarn on it, it is not there, because we want to maximize the amount of space for yarn, but also maximize the amount of space for social distancing and browsing as well. So let's get to the list. I'm going to start off if you are wanting to come and visit us tomorrow. So we're all prepared for a level 2 day tomorrow, as we have been for the last week. So we've got some extra staff coming in, and when I say extra staff, I mean my teenage sons, who will be here helping to make sure, getting everyone registered for a door prize. That's a really good way to keep people up to date, and making sure we've got a register of everyone, as well as your scanning. So if you're able to scan in, please scan in when you get here. We've got sanitizer everywhere, so you can sanitize. If you're somebody that likes to be very cautious about your health, we do encourage you to take responsibility for that. And if you wish to wear mask or gloves, by all means do. You certainly won't be judged for doing that here, and in fact we will applaud you for doing it if you're wanting to make sure you keep yourself, if that's what is going to ensure that you feel better about being safe with a number of people around. Absolutely do that. We think that's a great idea. parking, is if you've not been here before, we do have about 20 odd car parks. However, those do fill up. We're on the corner of Taradale and Carnegie Roads, and Taradale Road is actually two roads. There's the main Taradale Road, which is a dual carriageway, and then there is actually what we call a slip road, which is the road that you use to access all the businesses. There is heaps and heaps and heaps of parking in and around those roads, and if you're really sneaky, there's directly across the road from us is there is the Onikawa sideline bar, and there's loads of parking there, and I'm thinking it's not going to be too busy at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, so there's oodles of place that you can park. Margaret, allergic to sanitizer, don't panic, darling, as long as you've got your hands washed, and if you want to come and wash your hands here using regular soap and water, you just let me know and we can direct you to do that. So I don't want that to be a barrier for you coming, Miss Margaret. Yes, so tons and tons of parking. So up Carnegie Road, across the way, in our car park, down the Taradale Slip Road, there's tons of parking. Just make your way around there and get yourself all packed up. What else have I got? So we open at 10 a.m. tomorrow, 10 to 1. So we're just doing our normal hours. And as I said, I'll have one of my young fellas will be we're doing a beautiful, fantastic mystery door prize. So if you want to be in for that mystery door prize, all you need to do is pop your name and phone number down with one of my lads to go in for that prize. And if we've got the other lad, he'll be here. We do have some baskets which we will be sanitizing, but if you wish to bring your own shopping bag, which we greatly encourage, like if you've got your normal supermarket jute shopping bag or the like, do bring that with you, and you can use that actually as a shopping cart as well. That might be, because we've only got about a dozen baskets and they do disappear quite quickly. So we trust you. We know Yarnies are good people. So if you want to do that too, to help with your browsing, that's a great idea. We've got two tills operating. We've got PayWave on both of those tills, so hopefully that will speed things up. But if you are browsing and you're wanting to get additional yarns, or you're buying batch lots or garment lots of yarn, make sure that you check your batches before you come to us. Generally, we do the batch checks on the till at the time, but tomorrow will be just completely bonkers and we won't really have a chance to do that. So when you're just selecting your yarn, we try to keep complete batches out in the shop, but sometimes you get a rogue ball in there. So just make sure that you check your batches if you're doing a garment lot and all your batches are the same. If you are wanting to also come visit, we have a number of things that are exclusive in store that you don't get online, and our locals know this. So those are things like our big thread waist grab bags, which are generally only available in store. We will have we're groaning with those, but tables and tables of those, including exclusive incognito thread waist grab bags as well from some of the seconds from our American shipment of incognito that we've got. So we will have those. We've got remnant bags. We've got all those sorts of things. We've got some ranges that actually are unable to go online for various reasons. They will be in store. We've got some different yarns that were only very, very small amounts, like 1 or 2 basket loads. They will be in store. So there's plenty of interesting stuff to check out when you come. And don't panic, not everything is going out on Saturday. We have got stuff still coming in from the mill. So we've got more, there'll be possibly more stuff today. We definitely know we've got some stuff coming in later towards the end of next week. So don't be embarrassed if you make frequent visits. In fact, we've got some people that come every day. So you're amongst friends, and if you need to come every day or every 2 or 3 days, we do encourage you to do that because the stock is changing all the time. If you are local but you just can't quite manage to get in, do remember you can order online, and we do have a local delivery service which is only $3.95 as opposed to our normal $5.95. So that is for urban addresses within the Hawke's Bay area, and by Hawke's Bay that is essentially Napier, Hastings and Havelock North. So if you're in either of those 3 locations, you can do that $3.95 delivery. If you're wanting to do click and collect or pick up in store, do allow at least 3 working days before you come in. So if you order on the weekend, it probably won't be ready to pick up until Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. It's not going anywhere, but if you want to make sure that there's stuff that you don't want to miss out on and you want to do it online, you can do it, do the click and collect, and then you can come in and browse for the other bits and pieces, and we will have it here, and you can just come in after about 3 or 4 days at your leisure and come and collect that at no extra charge. So that's everything for you guys in store. So just remember, be calm. It's going to be, for those who have come and done our sales in here before, you'll know it can be pretty full on and fairly busy. We have got someone that is going to be just doing some head counts just to see where we're at in terms of numbers of people. But we know with this store in this location, we've never breached more than 100 people at any given time. In fact, it's been well less than that. So from that perspective, it should be as good as gold. And just most people come together in groups, and just be mindful of other people around you whilst we're in level 2. So that's when you come visit in store. I see a question there from Julie saying, what time does the online sale start? Right, everything is all set up and loaded. I finished all the loading with that. I'm just tweaking a few things today. It generally rolls over midnight tonight, New Zealand Standard Time, which for those, I notice there are a few of you in here from offshore. That is, if you're in the US, that's the US Pacific Standard Time is 3 hours ahead. So it'll be 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 a.m. I think Central Standard Time, and 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think I've got that right, Margot. So if you're in the US, for those in Australia, it's actually 10 o'clock if you're on the East Coast. So, or 9 o'clock if you're in Queensland, hey, because they don't do daylight saving in Queensland, do they? So, and we send yarn all over. So, but midnight New Zealand time is the magic time here, and everything will go live. Now, the trick, here are some tricks for your online shopping. It is a store-wide sale, so everything has it been at full price has got a reduction on it, at least by 10%. Some items which are already heavily reduced won't have any further reductions on them, and there's only a couple of those, to be fair. They're imported yarns, but everything else has been reduced. The items that are on the sale page, and there's about 7 or 8 pages there of sale items. The items on the sale page are everything that are quite significant discounts or weird and wonderful one-off quirky little things. We've got 3 new ranges you may have noticed, or 4 actually, new ranges that you may have noticed that are on that page just for the sale. So they're all sitting on that sale page to make it nice and easy for you to view. And then everything else is sitting in its normal page. So if you were to go and visit the Perrindale page or the Urban Deluxe page or the Merino Soft page, you'll see that new pricing will appear, which will be 10% off. The one exception to that is Knit Pro, and Knit Pro is 20% off, but we've kept that on its page because there are so many items in that Knit Pro category. It's just easier to leave them there and not clog up the sale page. So the sale page is where you're going to see the deepest discounts, and anything that goes deeper or anything that comes in with a deeper discount will go onto that sale page. But if you need to pick up any other regular item that you want to go shopping for, you can go to those regular pages and see those prices. So that's the first thing to remember. The second thing to remember is, and I see Maureen is in here. I'm very glad to see Maureen here, because I think it was you, Maureen, was it not, that's planning a wee little Zoom party tonight to stay up to do some shopping. Oh, there we go. She's just popped here. Who's going to stay up and shop with Maureen? So if you want to stay up and do a group video call to go shopping with Maureen at midnight, you drop her a note. She's in the Skeinz Speakeasy, and you guys can get together and do that. I think it's a great idea, Maureen. Good on you. So this is the one trick for you guys, who you early birds. Don't pre-populate your cart and then go and check out, because I can tell you from previous sales, if you pre-populate your cart, what often happens is that pulls it out of the main thing. So when the prices change over, the prices don't update in that cart, and you don't necessarily get the special prices. Sometimes it does, but in most cases it won't. So thinking that you can go around and stick everything in your cart and go and check out, whilst on paper is a really great idea, we just know that our content management system, you can do that, but it'll check out at the original price, not check out at the special price. So don't pre-populate your carts. If you've been looking at the page and you're looking at it all the time and you're refreshing, and then the prices, you get past midnight and they're still showing the original prices, that's because your internet browser will hold on to certain pixels, bits of information as part of your browser history, and even refreshing doesn't necessarily shake all of that loose. So what you're sometimes best to do is, and what I would be inclined to do, is just have all your plan, get everything all planned, you know what you're going to do, and then if those prices haven't refreshed, do either jump out of your browser completely and go back in, or use a different browser to either check stuff out at the beginning or check out at the end, so then that way the histories aren't clogging each other up, or restart your device and actually go in fresh. 99 times out of 100, if someone is having an issue with the website, a restart of your device will actually do the trick. We also know, even though our site has been optimized for mobile devices, for some reason, we also know that desktops do work. If you're it's quite busy, will work more efficiently to get your orders through than a mobile device. I don't know why that is, but it just is. But just remember, before, and also too, there will be, I will be jumping on to check those prices right at midnight just to make sure they've loaded properly. But we won't be running troubleshooting or inquiries or anything at that hour. It will be starting the next morning when we get back in. So always, if you are shopping, if you're going to be in a midnight early bird, if all else fails, restart your device and you'll possibly find that does the trick. The same goes for logging in. We've had a lot of people with login issues recently, and quite often, 9 times out of 10 again, it'll be they'll have the correct username or email, and it'll be a slight difference with the password or what have you. Again, try logging completely out and then switching completely out and logging back in. That will often help, and if worse comes to worse, you can always sign out as a guest if you will need to get that order through, and then we can have a look at it during tomorrow if we get time, or next week. So that's some things to think there. What else? Oh, right, once your order is placed and you've checked out and you've paid your dues, as it were, we cannot change that order at all. Okay, so we can't switch out colors, we can't change volumes, we can't bundle orders together. It will be an order in its entirety, because the volume of orders is just so great. It's very, very difficult to keep track of them. And usually in normal working times, we have just a single person, as in our lovely Damien, working out the back processing your orders. During sale time, we have minimum of 4 up to 6 people processing orders. So we just aren't able to go and make alterations to those orders once they're placed. Taking off my list, done the refresh, done the preloading the carts. Right, delivery. As I said, we've got heaps of extra staff on, but please do allow 3 to 5 working days. And when I mean working days, I mean Monday through Friday, 3 to 5 working days for that order to be dispatched. Now, our goal is to have that order dispatched much sooner, but it's just in case that there have been issues with that order and we've got things that we might need to sort out. It may take a little longer. So do be patient with us. We promise that it will be coming. And when I say dispatched, I mean leaving us here. You should get a confirmation email. If you haven't received an email and you're pretty certain it's on the way, just check your spam or junk mail folders. Sometimes they end up there. If you haven't received your order from at least 7 working days from when you placed your order, do definitely make sure you reach out to us, and we will check that out. Speaking of reaching out, our phone will be we'll have the answer phone on, but we won't be clearing messages on that phone, particularly across this high point of the sale. We just find that we can't get there. So the most important and easiest way to get us is either through the inquiry contact tab through the website or at info@skeinz.com. There's two of us that will be clearing that, and we'll be clearing that outside of our normal retail hours. So both Claire and I will be looking at those inquiries as they come through, and we'll generally do those first thing in the morning or last thing in the evening once we've closed the shop and actually rolled things down. So unfortunately, we don't have the ability to be able to do instantaneous messaging. And for those that do contact and use Facebook, because I'm the one that looks after all the Facebook and get all those messages, I will be in the shop the entire time and my device will not be with me. So again, I probably won't get any of those messages until we've actually closed the store for the day. So just be aware of that. Info@skeinz.com though is our preferred way of doing it, because it's much easier for us, or as I said, the contact form on the website, because it's much easier for us to track those and make sure and tick off that we've gotten back to everybody that we need to get back to. The epic sale only applies to the stock that we have in store or in the warehouse at the time. There are some items that are in current normal ranges that are out of stock at the moment. If we don't have stocks with it, it's not going to appear in the sale. And if you want to go, oh, when will this be restocked? The short answer to that is it won't appear anytime soon, because everything is coming through and going through the sale stuff that's taking priority. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted because I'm seeing I'm in an American knitting chat group, and all my girls are here from the US. Hi guys, Tara, Cheryl. Oh, everyone's here. How exciting. Good to see you. Okay, sorry, distractions. What was I saying? Yes. So we're really sorry about that. So if it isn't appearing, if it's a normal stock item and it is appearing out of stock, I can almost guarantee it's not going to turn up during the sale period. So you may wish to make plans or alterations and select something else. We're really, really sorry about that. Christine is asking, will there be grab bags in the epic sale? The short answer to that is I don't know. It will depend. If there is, it will be towards the end of the second week, and it will depend on how much surplus stock we have left over from the shop. And if we have got surplus, we'll put some grab bags online. But unfortunately, we've got good amounts for the store, but we haven't got the amounts that we normally have when we do them online. So that's a sort of maybe possibly. So yes, sorry, I couldn't quite answer that. Right. Oh, the other thing is there's also no rain checks, and we are unable to put any yarn on hold during the sale period. Now, the other thing that happens is sometimes just with the sheer volume of orders, the way our system works, we do have what we call a live attenuated stock system, but the volumes are so great that even if stuff sits in carts, it will check things out, and sometimes it will allow you to check out with the yarn in your cart and pay for it, but it's actually already sold through. And we've done a lot of work to try and reduce that as much as we can, but it does happen on high volume, and the content management provider, it's just the nature of the beast. If that happens, you will get a note in your order, and generally the rule of thumb is if it's a significant amount, we won't supply, like big large garment lot, and over half of it is unavailable, we're not likely to send you the second half. But we will contact you. Will have a note in your bag and an instant refund, so that will instantly go back to your point of payment, because and we can do that. So then that way you can purchase more yarn. We'd hate for you to miss out on yarn. So don't be upset if you do end up getting a note in your parcel around that. Trouble logging on, I've covered that. I have covered the inquiries. I'm doing well on my list. It's a big list. Oh, local deliveries. If you, when I say local, New Zealand deliveries, at the moment, particularly with Auckland in level 3 and also the rest of the country in level 2. All deliveries are contactless. But as I said, there's a press conference at 4 p.m. this afternoon. That could all change. But at this stage, that's where we're at. Picking Auckland, it's likely that Auckland will remain in level 2, so it will be contactless to you up there. But it's New Zealand couriers. I think this is a dance that we've all danced before. It should be no problem. For our international customers, we use DHL, so that will be going out with them, and you should hopefully have those once they dispatch from us anywhere between 5 and 7 working days. Nice and quick, sometimes even sooner. I know that, Tara, you've had some stuff exceptionally quick to Texas. Now, preparations. I've seen a number of you have done this. Michelle's here. She has done this. I think, in fact, if you're in the Skeinz Speakeasy, have a look at Michelle's list. I think Michelle has done the best planning that I have seen, and she has gone and created a list of the people she wishes to knit for, roughly what she wants to knit, and what quantities that she would need around that. Do spend some time this afternoon and this evening going through your Ravelry queue, having a look at your patterns at home, or deciding on what you like to knit, whether it's shawls, garments, baby knits, what have you, and actually plan the bundles that you want to do. Most of the stock that is going live tomorrow is now on that sale page. I activated those late yesterday, so you can actually see what those yarns are. They're not showing their special prices yet. Remember, they're still showing their full prices, but you can at least see what the yarns are, what the colours are, what the meterages are, and you can start doing a little bit of planning. So do that. And there are some, we've got some incredible yarns on there at the minute, like the mohair, which I talked about yesterday. That is going to be fantastic. So have a little dig around. There's so many patterns that double strand that mohair back with other things, so you can actually start doing some planning on those. Look at what other yarns we have in the range, whether it be 4-plies, lace weights, DKs, and start matching some colours up. So do that. So definitely do that. I also mentioned yesterday with Ethan about building in at least a 20% contingency on the yarns that you're wanting to bundle together for project lots, because there's nothing worse than starting a project 6 months down the track after you've got the yarn purchased and you're having to face feathers flying because you're losing yarn chicken, and of course we no longer have that yarn available. So usually we work on a 10% contingency. I'm saying bump that contingency up to 20%, because I would hate for you to run out. And at least if you've got too much yarn, you can always make other things. But if you run out, trying to get it is a real mission. So do definitely make sure that you build that extra contingency in. If you're online, don't feel guilty about ordering more than once over the course of the sale. Don't feel guilty about ordering more than once in a day. Believe me, we've had it all, we've seen it all, and we don't mind in the slightest. So you order as many times as you like and do not feel guilty about it, and we will not judge. We will love you for it. So you can do that. Trust me, it's no problem whatsoever. And hopefully, most of all, enjoy the sale. It's really full on and intense for us. We love it. It's just this is yarn Christmas for us. This is a time that's really quite joyous. So we really enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Do keep going back and having a look at what we have, because I know that I've got a number of colours. In fact, I'll be adding a number of items probably on Monday or Tuesday, because they're up with the photographer at the moment being photographed. She will receive those today, and she'll photograph those over the weekend for us. So there will be more yarn being loaded Monday, Tuesday. As I said, I've got more coming in from the mill. Fingers crossed, we're waiting for an order to drop later next week or early the following. So there'll always be something new and something happening. So do go and check all of those out. And most of all, Margaret is asking, does Damo deliver? Bless his heart. You know what, Margaret, if we gave Damo half the chance, he would deliver. I think Damo quite fancies himself as a bit of a courier driver, bless his heart. But most of it, have fun, enjoy it. Hopefully the earth will stop moving for us here in New Zealand long enough that we can get everything all out to you, and it will be fun and a great weekend. So until then, I will possibly might even do a sneaky video before we go. We open the doors tomorrow. Fingers crossed I'll be able to do that, and do a quick walk around the shop and show you some of the things that we've got in store. But until then, thank you for joining me today. It has been such a blast to see my unsafers here. Thank you guys. You make me, you put a smile on my dial, so thank you very much for that. And thank you for all my speak easiers. Oh, honestly, I can't wait. Can't wait. I will see all you guys tomorrow. And until then, take care and fingers on buzzers. Until then, bye.